So good evening, everyone. Myself, Madhuri. I'm going to take your CCNA classes. Okay. So before starting CCNA, I don't want to go directly with CCNA classes. So in my course schedule, I'll start from basics of networking. Before learning about CCNA, okay, first you should know what is network, what is networking, how many types of networks are there, the basics we should know. So that is the reason I'm starting the classes with basics of networking. Okay, so today's topic is basics of networking. Can anyone tell what is network? Any idea what is network? And my classes are designed for freshers. Okay, so those who don't know anything about networking, those who don't know anything about computer, they can also attend the classes. And from fresher level to in-depth, the complete information you will get here. I'll start from the basics, very basics, and the complete configurations of routers and switches. Everything we are going to learn in this course. Okay, so but starting, I'll start with the basics only because if you don't know anything about Linux networking concepts also, you should understand it. Then only you can go with CCNA concepts. Okay, so my class is starting with is question: what is network? Any idea what is network?
So network is a collection of nodes for exchanging data between each others.
Simply we can say, oh, one more. In very simple understanding way, two or more devices are interconnected with each other physically. Now you have two pieces. Okay, assume we connected these two pieces physically. This is called network. We have two pieces. These two pieces are connected physically. Then it is called network. Network means physical connection. Physical connection between two or more devices, networking devices, is called network. Now, so physically they are connected, so it is called network. Can they communicate with each other?
Yes.
Physical connection or interconnection between two or more devices is called network. So now I have two devices and the two devices are connected physically. Can they communicate with each other? Means no, they cannot communicate with each other. If we have physical connection also, devices cannot communicate with each other because we need logical connection. Say for example, 192.168.1.1 I assigned to one PC. To my second PC, I assigned 192.168.1.2. What is this IP address? What is this 1.1, 1.2? What are the IP addresses are they? What is the range of IP addresses? This all in further classes I will explain. So when two or more devices are connected with each other physically, then it is called network. But still they cannot communicate with each other. So when they can communicate with each other means after giving logical connectivity. Logical connection means IP address. So these two devices are connected physically and logically also. Then it is called networking. Networking means communication between two or more devices, or logical connection between two or more devices. So it means what? If two devices wants to communicate with each other, compulsory they require physical connection and logical connection. Okay, so in regular classes, whatever concept I'm explaining, I will give notes, and notes also we will share it to you. Everything I will show and I will explain. Theoretically and practically also I will explain. And further, starting classes, no practical sessions. Theoretical sessions will be there because the basic concepts I will explain. Okay, once practical session is started, everything I will show practically, and whatever practicals I'm showing you, like configurations, whatever I'm showing, every configuration, I will give you notes also. Okay, so today's concept is, see, I'm not giving any demo, direct class only I'm explaining. Our first day class is basics of networking. So network means interconnection or physical connection between two or more devices. Okay, it means when two or more devices are connected physically, then it is network. Networking means logical connection or communication between two or more devices. Logical connection means IP address. So if two devices wants to communicate with each other, compulsory they require physical connection and logical connection. Okay, so is this clear?
Yes.
So what is the advantage of connecting the devices together? Exactly. Advantages of network is sharing resources. Resources means hardware and software. So can you tell me what is the example for hardware? Printer, scanner, etc. Example for hardware is, sorry, software is files, folders, applications, etc. If two or more devices are connected physically and logically, they can share the resources. Resources means hardware resources and software resources. Say for example, assume now you have organization. In your organization, there are 100 computers. One computer is not connected to another computer. Individually, 100 computers are there. Okay, now you want to take printouts from every PC. From every PC, you want to take printouts. Okay, so how many printers are required? One PC is not connected to another PC. You want to take printouts from the 100 machines. So how many printers are required in this scenario? Yes. Can anyone tell? You're able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Done. My voice is audible, right? Perfect, right?
Yes.
So question is, I have 100 computers. I want to take printouts from 100 computers. So how many printers are required? One computer is not connected to another computer.
100
Is this
printers.
right or wrong? 100 printers are required. Exactly. So they require 100 printers. So for every PC we are purchasing one printer means that is very expensive. One problem. It is very expensive. But if our requirement means we don't bother about the cost. But 100 printers means very expensive. And one more thing, it occupies more space. That is the main problem. It occupies more space in our company. That is a very big problem. And if you want backup printers also means that is also disadvantage only. But if these 100 PCs are connected into a network, each PC is connected to another PC. All are in a network. So there how many printers are required this time? In the second scenario, every PC is interconnected with each other. All the devices are interconnected with each other using centralized controllers like switches or hubs. How many printers are required now?
One is enough.
Yeah, exactly. One printer is enough this time. If workload is more, you will purchase 5 printers or 10 printers. That is better only, no. Instead of purchasing 100 printers, if you are purchasing 5 printers, it's not a problem. Right? So that is hardware resource. If the PCs are connected with each other, we can share hardware resources. And same example again I'm taking. You have 100 computers, 100 individual computers. It means one computer is not connected to another computer. Okay, so this time in your first computer, there is some data. The same data you want to share with remaining 99 computers. So how we share the data to remaining PCs? One PC is not connected to another PC. There is a data in your first PC, the same data you want in remaining 99 pieces. So how we share the data? And right or wrong, no problem.
So Bluetooth or USB you can use that by one.
Yeah, you,
It will take
yes, yes.
time.
We can copy in the pen drive and we can share, ma'am.
Yeah. So we can use Bluetooth, or we can insert the pen drive, just insert the pen drive, copy the data into the pen drive or external hard disk. Okay, so remove it and insert into second PC, then paste the data, remove from there, connect to third PC, copy the data in that machine, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, till 100. So in every machine, what you are doing, we copied data into one external device. It may be pen drive or external hard disk, and we are pasting the data into remaining pieces. Okay, but what is the problem here? Administrative work is increasing. Manually, one by one, if you're copying the data always like this means this is time-based process for administrator. So instead of this, if this 100 pieces are connected with each other, one PC is connected with another PC. All are in a network. So this time directly we can share the data from first PC to remaining 99 pieces. Administrative work is reducing, right? How we share the data means that you will learn in further classes. Those who are already doing Linux classes, they know how to share the data from one PC to another PC. Okay, so otherwise in further classes you will learn. So if the devices are connected with each other, device means networking device. It may be PC, it may be laptop, it may be printers, scanners, routers, whatever it is. If the devices are connected with each other, they can share the resources. Resources means hardware resources and software resources they can share from one PC to another PC. Is this clear, right, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Internet. Before this, I'll tell one more. Types of network. Can you tell me how many types of networks are there? How many types are there? Three types. What are they? LAN.
LAN, MAN, WAN.
Yes. We also have LAN local area network, MAN metropolitan area network, WAN
Metropolitan
wide
area
area
network,
network.
wide area network.
Yes, we also have campus area network, home area network. This all comes under LAN only. So LAN local area network. This is a private network. So LAN local area network. It is a private network. Devices are interconnected within a campus or building. When the devices are interconnected within a campus or building, okay, and they are communicating with each other, that type of network we call as local area network. MAN means metropolitan area network. When the devices are communicating within a city, now example, in the same city, you have branches in different locations. Okay, so in every branch, they are using local areas network for communication purpose. And when these all branches are communicating with each other, that type of connectivity we call as MAN. MAN means metropolitan area network.
So it means like multiple LAN makes man.
Yes, multiple LANs makes MAN.
Okay.
So Vivek, you are coming to 9 p.m. batch?
Yeah, I'm planning to do this one because any batch would
Okay.
be a problem for me only because I'm on rotation. So I just completed my
Yes,
work.
you told. Yeah, you told. Now this week, this time is okay. Night shift.
No, now I have done morning, so I just
Yeah.
completed the work. So
Okay.
during night shift,
This
I
week
manage
morning
my
batch, huh? Okay.
no morning again. It will
During
I cannot do classes during morning. Everyone will be in office.
okay. So when you are in night shift, morning shift, you will attend the classes, right?
Yeah, when I'm in morning, I can attend after that, something like that.
How many? Still, how many more days you are morning shift?
More this week, then after that I will be on night shift.
Okay.
I think
So when you
we
are in the night shift, you will get the recording videos and notes also, right?
during night shift I will try to attend with work because no one is there
Yeah.
in office. That's okay.
Okay. If you're not attending also, if it is not possible, uh, take the recording videos. Anyhow, you will get recording videos daily. Do the
Sure, I'll just
practice.
check
When
my
you,
schedule.
yeah,
I'll just check my
yeah.
schedule and I'll get back.
Then you can message me on Telegram group also. As I told already, right? Separate group we will create.
Okay, no
There you
problem.
can ping me. When you are doing the practicals, you can ping me there also.
Sure. Okay.
And all the notes, whatever I'm giving, writing the notes, everything I will share on Telegram group only.
Okay.
Those who registered, they will get the Telegram group link. So from there, they can access the data. Group of LAN equal MAN. The next one is WAN, wide area network. It is a private or public network. Devices are interconnected between different geographical areas. Means city to city, state to state, or country to country. If you want to give communication, we will go with WAN technology. Example for WAN is internet. Because when you want to communicate with other state, other city, other country people, means will go through internet only. So wide area network. It is a private public network.
Wide area network can be private as well because it
Yes,
will be
yes.
multiple cities connected, right?
Multiples. Why it is called private networks means within the same branches, without internet connection, without giving communication publicly, without giving communication publicly.
Okay.
Securely, you can communicate within the branches that using with the help of routers. That in further classes I will show.
Okay. Okay.
That is why we call it as private. So these are the types we have in network: local area network, metropolitan area network, and wide area network. When the devices are connected within a campus or building and they are communicating with each other, that type of connectivity we call as LAN. When the devices are connected is in the same city, you have branches in different locations. And in every branch, they are using LAN connection for their communication purpose. And within the city, these all branches are communicating with each other. That type of connectivity we call as MAN. And the devices are in different geographical areas and they are communicating with each other. Then we call it as WAN. So these are the types of networks we have. This is clear, right, everyone?
Yes.
Next is internetwork. You know what is network? What is networking? Network means when the devices are connected physically. We call it as network. Right? When the devices are communicating with each other, then we call it as networking. Point to be remember in networking sessions, if two networking devices wants to communicate with each other, compulsory they require physical connection and logical connection. Physical connection means media. Logical connection means IP address. These two are compulsory. This point you should remember. Yeah. And next point is internetwork, not internet, not intranet. This is internetwork. So can anyone tell what is internetwork? Okay. Now say for example, you have one branch. Okay. So you have one department, CCNA department. In CCNA department, you have PCs. You have PCs in CCNA department. Okay, so you want to give communication between all these devices. You want to give communication between all these devices. Individually, you have computers in CCNA department. You want to give communication between these all devices. Okay, so first what we require? Physical connection. Physical connection we require. Physical connection means cable is required. Right. Now, for physical connection, if I'm using individual cables, if I am using means that is not possible. They cannot communicate because cable means, so what I'll do from this PC to this PC, I will give one connection. From this PC to this PC, I'll give one connection. It means these two PCs can communicate with each other and these two PCs can communicate with each other. But your requirement is not like that. You want to give communication between all the devices. One moment. So here you have four PCs assume. You want to give communication between these four devices. You want to give communication between these four devices. So if you are taking cable for giving communication, if you are taking cable, you will give connectivity between these two PCs and you will give connection between these two PCs. It means these two PCs will communicate with each other and these two PCs will communicate with each other. But your requirement is what? You want to give communication between all these PCs. Okay, so in that case, what we do? We will take one centralized controller. It may be hub or switch. What is this centralized controller? We'll discuss in further classes. Now what I will do is I will take one centralized controller and then I will give connectivity from PC to the switch, from my second PC to switch, from my third PC to switch, and from a fourth PC to switch. I'll give physical connection. What is this switch? How to give connection? Everything I will explain in further classes. Okay, so now using one centralized controller, it may be hub or switch, I connected these all PCs. Can these PCs communicate with each other now? Can anyone respond? Can these PCs communicate with each other now?
It will fall in the same IP arrangements which it will be communicated.
Now, as per this scenario, still they cannot communicate with each other because as we discussed, if two devices wants to communicate with each other, compulsory they require physical and logical connection. Still we have only physical connection. Network is there. They cannot communicate with each other. So what we require? IP address. Okay, so I'm taking one IP network 192.168.1.0 network. So using this network, I'm assigning the IP addresses to my PCs. Say for example, 192.168.1.2 I will assign to this PC. 1.3 I will assign to this PC. 1.4 I will assign to my second PC, third PC, and 1.5 I'll assign to my fourth PC. So now these all the devices are connected physically, logically, so they can communicate with each other. And this, as I told, this is my CCNA department. So this all the devices can communicate with each other because they connected physically and logically. Assume same like this. We have another branch or another department is there. This is my CCNA department. I have another department that is my Linux department. Assume I have another department that is Linux department. In my Linux department also, I have individual computers. Okay, I want to make one network because I want to share the data between these devices. I want to share the resources. So what I'm doing is I'm taking one centralized controller. It may be hub or switch. So I'm connecting my PCs to this centralized controller. So physical connection I'm giving. So this is called network. But still they cannot communicate with each other because they require IP address. Okay, so for IP address, I'm taking one network 192.168.168.2.0. This network I'm taking. Using this network, I'm assigning the IP addresses to my PCs. Example, 2.2 to my first PC, 2.3 to my second PC, 2. One moment. 2.4 to my third PC and 2.5 to my fourth PC. So all the PCs are connected physically and logically. So this all PCs can communicate with each other. So this is my Linux department. Okay, now all my CCNA department PCs can communicate with each other because they connected physically and logically. Even all my Linux department PCs can communicate with each other because they connected physically and logically. Okay, done. But now my requirement is I want to allow communication between my CCNA department and Linux department. In this scenario, is this possible to give communication between these two departments? As per this scenario, is this possible? No, they cannot communicate with each other because they are not connected physically and logically, right? So for giving physical connection, if you are taking a cable, switch to switch means we use cross cable. Okay, if you're giving the connection from this switch to this switch, physically they are connected, but can they communicate with each other? Still they cannot communicate with each other because they also require logical connection. As I told you, if two devices wants to communicate with each other, compulsory they require physical and logical connection. So still they cannot communicate with each other. If you want to give logical connection, okay, so from which network we use logical connection? From 192.168.1.0 or 2.0? Networks are different. They cannot communicate with each other directly. So, in this scenario, what we do means we use router. When two different networks, here we are using 192.168.1.0 network, and here we are using 192.168.2.0 networks. When we are using different networks, we cannot give communication between these devices directly. Remember, two or more different networks cannot communicate with each other directly. Physically, they are connected also, still they cannot communicate with each other directly. Okay, because logically they are in different networks, so they cannot communicate with each other. But still, you want to give communication between these departments. Then what we require means we need a router. When you want to give communication between two or more, remember this point is important for CCNA. Only based on this point only your entire CCNA classes are there. What is that means? Two or more different networks cannot communicate with each other directly. If you want to allow communication between two or more different networks means there we need router. Got my point? Point is clear? Can someone respond?
Yes.
Now, you need a router. So there are two types of routers. Routers are two types. Software router, hardware router. Routers are two types. First is software router. Software router is nothing but we'll take one computer. There we install server operating system. It may be Windows operating system or Linux operating system. We'll insert server operating system here. Okay, and then what we do is we insert two LAN cards. Okay, here we insert two LAN cards. Ethernet card or internet card, what you can say. So you can call. Then what we do is from this first switch to this LAN, we will give the connection, physical connection. From the second switch to second LAN card, we'll give the connection. So physically they are connected to this switch. Now they are connected to this PC. Physically they are connected. The first switch and second switch. Physically they are connected to this PC. And later what we do means we'll assign the IP address. Okay, so for this LAN, we'll assign the IP address 192.168.1.1. Any one IP address from this network will assign to this LAN card. Similarly, here also. For this LAN, we'll assign one IP address from this network. Example, 192.168.2.1. Any IP address from this network. What is this network? What is IP address? In further classes, I will explain. I told you already that. Then, okay. So now this PC acts like a router. This is not router. It acts like a router and it gives communication between these two departments which are in different networks. Okay. So this is software router. But software router, where we use the software router means, so when you have less number of networks, see if you have 10 different networks, we cannot go with software router because that many LAN cards we cannot insert in our computer. Where we have less number of networks, like two different networks want to communicate with each other, we can go with software router. If they are in the same LAN, because more than 100 meters, we cannot extend the cable. If your departments are there below 100 meters and they are in different networks and they want to communicate with each other, we can go with software router. Is this point clear, everyone? Is this point is clear? Software router, where we use software router means when the departments, two different network departments are there in below 100 meters, there we go with software router. Okay, software router is nothing but a PC with server operating system. There we do some changes, settings we've changed. Then it acts like a route. This is software router. Is this point clear, everyone?
Yes.
So now my requirement is, my scenario is, this time my scenario is different. So this is there in Hyderabad and this is in Bangalore. Okay, my CCNA department is there in Hyderabad. My Linux department is there in Bangalore. Can I go with software router here?
No, more than 100
Can-
meter.
Exactly, more than 100 meters, we cannot use software router. So what we do here? When your networks are more than 100 meters, we cannot go with software router. Okay, so there what we do means we use hardware router. So in that scenario, we go with hardware router. I'm not good in the paint. I will use a packet tracer software. From tomorrow, I'll show there. So one, this is there in Hyderabad, another department is there in Bangalore. So in this scenario, we use hardware router. This is the symbol for hardware. Okay, now what I did is I purchased a router in Hyderabad branch and I purchased another router in Linux Bangalore branch. Can these networks communicate with each other? No, they cannot communicate with each other, but because we just purchased, now what I will do is I'll give the connection from my router to my switch in Hyderabad. Similarly, in Bangalore also, from router to switch, I will give connection. Okay, same way from Hyderabad router to Bangalore router, I will give connection. Zigzag line indicates WAN technology. Okay, so when the devices are connected with each other physically, then it is called internetwork. Interconnection between two or more different networks. Interconnection or physical connection between two or more different networks. So when two or more different networks are connected physically, then it is called internetwork. Tell me, can they communicate with each other now? In this scenario, can these departments communicate with each other now? Now I have one branch in Hyderabad, one branch in Bangalore. These all devices are connected physically. Can they communicate with each other now? Respond, please.
I think logically something needs to be done.
Exactly. As we discussed already, if two devices wants to communicate with each other, there should be physical and logical connection. Physically, these routers are connected with each other. Physically, this router is connected to this network, local network, but not logically, right? So when all the devices are connected physically and logically, then only they can communicate with each other. Now what I'll do is, there is a Ethernet interface here. I'll assign IP address 192.168.1.1, any IP address from this local network. Similarly, here also, I'll assign 192.168.2.1 IP address. Now our router can communicate with local network. Similarly, in Hyderabad branch also, router can communicate with local net. But what is our requirement? This router should communicate with this router, then only they will give communication between the species. So for that, what we do is we'll assign IP address to this routers also. Router, the physical connection, where you have physical connection, for that interface also we'll assign IP address like this example. These two should be in same network, then only they will communicate with each other. So when you assign IP address to all the interfaces, then they will give communication with each other. That is called internetworking. Okay. Internetworking. logical connection or communication between two or more networks. When two or more networks are communicating with each other, then it is called internetworking. How two or more different networks can communicate with each other? With the help of routers. Routers are two types: software router, hardware router. Software router, where you have different networks below 100 meters, there we go with software router. When you have different networks more than 100 meters in different geographical areas, more different networks are there. There we go with hardware router. Okay, so your entire CCNA classes is about this communication only. Worldwide, how the communication is going on, how to configure routers, how to configure switches. Okay, so this we are going to learn in CCNA. If you are clear what is the use of router, entire CCNA classes are easy for you. Because in CCNA classes, I will show you how to configure the router. If you are clear what is the use of router, how to configure a router is very easy for you. If you don't understand what is this router, what is the concept of router, if you don't understand, you don't get practically anything. Is this clear? What is the use of router? Router is a networking device which gives communication between two or more different networks. Is the point clear, everyone?
Yes, one doubt that 192.168.2.1, that IP is assigned to what? It is assigned to switch?
It is assigned to router Ethernet interface.
Okay.
No need to assign IP address to switch. I assigned it to router Ethernet interface. Actually, that practicals I will show in further classes.
Okay.
How to assign IP address, to which interface we assign, what are the interfaces are there, everything I'll explain. I'll show you. One minute. So in router, what are the interfaces are there? I will show you. I'll explain individually every interface. The use of every interface I'll explain. How to give the connectivities, everything I'll explain. I prepared slides also for easy understanding purpose. Fast interfaces, the connectors, what are the connectors are they, which connector is used for which purpose, everything clearly I'll explain. So this is network, networking, internetworking, types of network and advantage of network. Is this clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. Am I going fast?
Ma'am, I have one doubt.
Yeah.
Ma'am, as shown in the example, if one network is in Java and another one is Durga, then in order to connect the two routers physically, we need to use cable or like how we can connect these
WAN,
two
we
different
use their
routers.
WAN technology. There we use WAN technology. That is separate class we have for that. How to give the connections. You asked, right? Just I'll show the scenario. In real time, if two different networks which are in different geographical areas, if they want to communicate with each other, they require multiplexers, modems. Connectivity will be like this. Okay, so
So we
this
cannot
everything
use cables,
by
right?
no direct cable we don't use. This is the connectivity we use internally. See, I just want to tell in today's class what is router, what is the purpose of router. I just want to explain that. So for that, this example, how how we give the connectivities, how the communication will go on, everything, configurations are shown for the classes. Just to make simple understanding purpose, I give this.
Okay, ma'am.
So this is easy for the new student who are new to network. For them, this is easy to understand. If I show this diagram, where is this? If I show this diagram and if I start explaining like this, means newly those who are attending networking classes, they will get complete confusion. They can't understand like. So that is the reason with simple scenario I explained.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So next is basic requirements. If two or more devices wants to communicate with each other, what are the basic requirements? Okay, so that I'll explain in tomorrow's session. Basic requirement is our tomorrow's session. Okay, so those who registered, for them, these notes I will forward into Telegram group. Once you registered for CCNA classes, they will send you the link, Telegram group link they will send. Telegram group is separate for this class only, not a public group. That is separate group for our class only. So whatever concept I will explain, so that notes I will forward in the Telegram group. Okay, and cost details, everything. Our admin team will explain to you. So, is this clear what I explained? And one more thing, I will explain the class slowly only. Any doubts you can ask me in the class itself. Okay, and after this session also you can ask.
Sure.
And the concept, whatever mentioned in our website, all the concepts I will cover.
I just cross-checked CCNA syllabus. I think it has Python and all those things also. I think network automation. So
Yeah, basics are added. Yeah.
So if, like with this course, I will be able to pass CCNA the current exam, right?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the concepts, as I'm telling you, the concepts which are mentioned, everything I'll explain.
Okay.
So this is for the 200, 301, all the concept will cover here. So this is for the today's session. We'll meet tomorrow at 8 p.m. No waiting tomorrow. On time I'll start the class at 8 p.m. Sorry, 9 p.m. 9 to 10 class will be. Thank you for the session, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you for the class.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, ask. Rahul,
Yes,
you can
ma'am.
ask.
Like, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, like for the demo, the timing is 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. So, but for the classes, the same time is going on, or it's possible to, like, there is chances to get the reschedule the timing,
Like at what time?
like from 8 to 9 or 9:30 p.m. I have office. I have a call after 9:30.
Actually, I have a session 7:30 to 8:30. One session is going on.
Okay.
It will be going to finish this week.
Okay.
That is going to. So after that, I can move the session
Yes.
like
Should I
8 to
wait for that
9.
session, or I need to attend this, continue this 9
You should
p.m.?
attend this. You should attend these classes. And then I will
So
change
when
the
the new
class
batch is going
timing.
to start now?
Sorry?
Then new batch is going to start after 7 after we finish the 7:30 p.m. batch.
No. This batch only I will shift to that timing.
Which
Okay,
timing?
okay, fine.
This class I will continue at 9 p.m. Once
Okay.
that session completed, I will shift to that timing. Timing I will change. But I
Okay,
Which
will
fine.
ask
timing?
remaining everyone. I will
Okay,
ask
fine.
everyone, those who are attending the classes. Then I will change the timing.
Okay, fine. Thank you, ma'am.
And the
So,
timings,
one more question.
one more thing. Yes, yes. And one moment.
Yes, ma'am.
The timings
Yes, ma'am.
what you required, which timings you required, just inform to admin team.
Today I informed to them. I got a call from DURGASOFT. I
Okay,
informed to
okay.
them.
Inform them. And this
Yes,
timing,
ma'am. But they didn't
now the
give any
timing is
reply.
9 p.m. Sorry?
But they are not confirming. They told me that they will confirm and let me know.
Okay,
I
okay.
just now I want to wait. From 8 to 9:30 I will the next month.
I will talk to them. I'll talk to them to, after session. You also maybe tomorrow will get the call, so you just inform to them. Even I will remind them. Yeah.
Okay. One last question. Is
Yeah.
it necessary to appear for CCNA certification to get a job, or yeah, it's fine if we don't use the
No, it's
certification?
not necessary. Yeah. You're working.
Yes, ma'am. I'm working as a Python developer, but
If
my
you're
company
working means
AWS also required.
if you're working means your company people only will pay for your certification. You can ask them.
Okay, okay. But ma'am, I want to learn AWS, so I get to know that the CCNA concepts are required for to understand the AWS network completely.
For AWS, Linux is required, and
Yes.
CCNA is basic to every
Okay.
concept.
Okay.
Like
Okay. Okay.
anywhere, any communication you want to do, communication go through internet networking only, right?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So
Right.
this is the basic thing to everything. But you don't want to learn all means you want to learn AWS you want to concentrate on AWS only means Linux AWS. But basic knowledge should be there, like networking, IP addresses. This knowledge should be there. At least basic knowledge should be there.
So that should be covered in
If you
CCNA course.
Yes, yes. Starting I'll
Okay.
explain basics only.
Okay. Ma'am. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Ma'am,
Vivek, you want to say something? Yeah.
yeah, about timings, like tomorrow I'll get in touch with the admin team. But
Okay.
before confirming the timing, you will be taking, like, consulting with the students, right? The
Okay.
convenient one.
Yes, yes.
So basically, which time are you comfortable? Like night or morning?
In Indian timing, from morning 4 o'clock, I'm ready.
Morning, 4
From
o'clock. Okay.
Yeah, Indian timing, 4 a.m.
Okay.
to 4 a.m. to 7 o'clock. I'm free now. Again, from
Okay.
7 to 9, I have classes.
Okay.
Again, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I have class.
Okay. And
Okay,
late
so
evening?
in the evening in Indian timings, evening means from 7:30 I have class right now. 7:30 to 8:30. The class going to finish in this week itself.
And then
Then
after,
this class 9 p.m. to 10 this is there. So and after up to 11 o'clock I'm ready to take the classes. 11 p.m. Indian time. 11
uh,
11:30.
I think that would be convenient one, but it depends on other students. Night.
And
Let's see.
yes, sir. So you give your timings, flexible timings to them and inform them
I'm
you.
okay with night. I'll talk to admin that
Yeah, that's fine. Even on Sunday also, I informed to them about your query. I informed to them on Sunday itself after we completed the scenario, right?
yeah,
Seminar. After completing the seminar itself, I informed to them
sure. Then I'll just get in
that
touch
your
with them.
concern.
If
Yeah,
it be better if it be at night, like the regular which is going right now.
yeah.
So let's see if it's comfortable for others as well.
This time is suitable for you, 9 p.m.
Yeah, it's okay. After job, I can do it
Okay, okay, okay.
because my shift starts
Right.
early morning.
Yeah. Based
I
on
think other,
students are more, will divide also. It's not an issue. We'll divide into two batches and
uh,
based on their convenience.
okay, no problem. Then let's see then.
That's not a problem. Yeah. Then inform the same to admin department once.
Sure.
Anything else? Anyone? So fine, this is for today's session. We'll save this notes to
How do you make payment?
payment admin department.
But what is the details to make the payment?
About the payment, please consult admin department. They will talk.
What? Thanks.
Thank you. Once you paid, you join into Telegram group. Ask them to add you into Telegram group so that I can
Your
help you there also. Yeah, yes. They'll send you the link.
okay.
Yeah. Thank you for the session.
You.